Welcome back to Leaf Illusion. In this space, I work to reconnect us to Gaia, to anchor us into our heart space, and to remind us of our unity. The whisperings of nature are all around us, and oftentimes the messages go unheard because of our busy and overstimulated lifestyles. So, what I do here is I channel messages from spirit animals, from the elements, from the various cycles that exist in our natural world. I really am tapping into the energy signatures that are around us that help us direct our life in a way that is more in flow and therefore creates more ease for us. And of course, along the way, there is always an invitation to go a little bit deeper for that self-development on any level that you are looking to advance yourself, to know yourself better. So please like the channel, subscribe, turn on notifications, leave comments, share with your friends, all of the things that you would do to help support this channel and watch it grow. I look forward to seeing you at the various readings I do. This is a choose your own adventure type reading. So we have 3 different unicorn horns to choose from. You will want to sit with them for a minute and see which one of them calls to you intuitively. And then we will do a reading for each one. I will include a timestamp in the description box so that you can attend the reading you are drawn to, or you can watch more than one if you feel that that is something you want to do. This is option 1, this is option 2, and this is option 3. Welcome to the reading for the first choice. And let's go ahead and cast the runes to see what message Spirit has for you. First thing to note is that the sense of joy and satisfaction is far removed from everything that is happening. So this is a reminder to find lightness or joy in the things that you are doing. Wunjo is reminding you to not take things as seriously as you're taking them, and that it is through raising the vibration and lightening things up a little bit and finding joy in the little moments is what is going to help you right now. The next pieces coming through, we have Laguz and Ewaz. Laguz is bringing with it energy of the subconscious mind. This is the type of energy that is asking you to go within. It is the type of energy that is letting you know that there is great wisdom within your intuition, that your guidance is paramount and the strongest directive that you should be following. So, forms of guidance, even such as this reading, are helpful because they are secondary. They are outlining your specific frame of mind, and so sometimes they can offer guidance and help that way. But the ultimate direction and actions that you take, that each and every one of us takes, always needs to be based off of our intuition. So that's what Laguz is reminding you, is that it is fine to work collaboratively, to get second opinions, to get different perspectives, but that it is always ultimately your guidance that matters most. Ewaz is the horse energy, so any type of horse iconography that is going to be coming through for you will be quite helpful. Since this reading, I made it a little fun and I called the seashells unicorn horns. There for you is going to be particular importance and emphasis on unicorns. So do what you can to align with that energy. Pay attention to what is happening in your day, in your life, in your thoughts. When you see images or when you have references to unicorns, those are going to be great moments of synchronicity that will help you lock into your guidance. We have Perthro sitting at the bottom. On top of it is Kenaz, and then over here we have Othala. The significance of this thread is that Othala is about our legacies. It is about what we do that contributes to future generations. It's about what we do that contributes on a personal level to the success of ourself in the future. So this is a rune that is carrying with it energy of future potential. And this is important in the sense that planning and laying foundations is going to be critical in moving towards the direction of any future potential outcome. So planning is important right now. Kenaz is laying on top of Perthro. It's not directly on top of it, but it is resting on it. So Perthro is our energy of the unknown. It is what feels like the quantum realm. So all possibilities exist. There are infinite possibilities, and our choices are what make the difference. In a realm of free choice, the choices we make really do alter the outcomes. So when you are taking a risk and when you're feeling into what it's going to be like, what your future could look like, Kenaz is acting as a reminder to take aligned, informed action towards those goals. those flipped as I was moving, so they are not actually part of the reading, they're just part of my clumsy fingers with delicate little runes. So the final rune for this reading is Thurisaz. This is a call to take stock of the things in your life that are no longer necessary. This is about moving things out of the darkness. This is about creating space for the new future that you want for yourself. It is hard to build a solid foundation on cluttered ground. So Thurisaz is calling attention to doing the housekeeping, if you will, doing the things that are going to clear your space and help you move more effectively, that are going to allow you to establish these foundations that you're wanting to build upon. So that is the message for our first unicorn horn. I hope you have found it helpful, and I will see you at future readings. Be well. This is for those of you who chose the second option. You see this endurance and overcoming struggles, healing. Okay, so this was your unicorn horn, aka shell. And let's go ahead and do our rune reading for it to see what message Spirit has for you right now. And this one is going to be a little bit of a longer message, it looks like. So get comfy and I'll dive right in. So here at the top we have Elhaz, signifying protection, and we have Raido, signifying movement, signifying a journey, a cycle. And between the two of them we had a rune that fell, kind of holding them as they face each other. So we're going to take a look at that one, because this is going to be connecting energy as this protected cycle begins. So what we have here is Manas. And this is energy of unity consciousness. This is humanity. So for this particular journey, it is dealing with overall evolution of ourselves as part of the collective. And over here we have Othala and Dagas. Othala is about inheritance and legacy. So Othala is bringing through energy that foundational work is important. So what I'm thinking of is, as a musician, like when you study playing an instrument or vocals, part of what you do as a regular practice are warm-up exercises like scales. And these are not necessarily the fun parts of being a musician, but they are important as part of the foundation, part of the fundamental skills and abilities that will help you perform as a musician, so that you can then step into those areas where things are more exciting, they're more creative. So Othala is bringing in that type of energy right now, about understanding the importance of foundational habits of warm-ups and making sure that you have a very good handle on the discipline behind what it takes to step into a mastery of something. It was next to Dagas, and Dagas is day. So this one is a sense of short turnaround times, meaning manageable turnaround times. So as we are working on these foundations and we're doing these things, Dagas is reminding you that these activities are only a small portion of your overall activities, and that the turnaround time is quick enough that they're not going to eat up as much of your time as you think. 5-10 minutes here, whether it be meditation practices, whether it be jogging around the block, whether it be setting up your dinner schedule for the week, any of those type of activities that feel like they are taking away from the things that you want to be doing. Dagas is shedding light, and it's reminding you that these tasks are such a small component of the overall existence of a thing, the overall experience is the better word. So the sun will set, the sun will rise. We get these repeat cycles. They're quick, and we get to do them again and again and a little bit differently. And as we do them more and more, we start to become more of a professional at it. Certain tasks that feel very mundane, that we don't like completing, they start to sit on autopilot. And that there's a benefit to that. It allows you to focus your energy on the areas that you really want to nurture. So below this we have Berkana, and this is our nurturing feminine energy. So Berkana is reminding you that some of the things you should be doing in this foundational component are self-care, routines of self-care, because it is through those small steps and nurturing yourself, that is how you are really going to grow into what it is that you envision for yourself. It's what's going to help you achieve those goals you're setting. It's what's going to help you develop those relationships that you desire. Self-nurturing and self-care are very important components, and Berkana is letting you know that this energy is available to you, and when you are ready, you get to say yes, and you get to embrace this type of energy for your highest good for your ultimate benefit. As we're looking at this path that is left right here, the top we have Isa. So this is, for this reading, the energy of this is feeling like resistance. This is that sense of, why do I have to do this? I don't want to do it. It's not fun. Someone else should do it. And this Isa's energy for this reading is acting as an awareness piece, that some of these moments of resistance we can, if the task is not something that we have to do ourselves, we can delegate these tasks to others so that we are working effectively and we're not being caught up in the things that are going to take away from the energy that we need to focus on the things that matter. But this delegation, Isa is reminding that this delegation should be done with intention, and it should be done with respect and compassion. So that is what's coming through for Isa, and that hit pretty strong. So that one I feel is going to be a really important cautionary piece to this reading. Below it we have Thurisaz. Thurisaz is energy that is letting us know new change is coming. Some of it is change that we're not going to see. It's not going to be apparent to us until it is upon us. When this happens, it can have painful moments. It can feel, it can tie into what I'm getting right now is feelings of resentment. It's a sense of, why does this have to happen to me? And I feel like I just said that with Isa. I can't remember, but it's that type of energy, that sense of injustice and a sense of, why do I have to take these steps to get where I want to go? Thurisaz, this energy, it is disruption, it is change, it is unexpected, but it is very eye-opening change. It is going to illuminate areas in your life, ways of being, ways of thinking that are actually not in alignment with either who you are right now, and there's some sort of dissonance between who you think you are and who you are actually embracing. And this is energy that is coming out and saying it's time to let that go. Anything that is not in alignment with who you are or who you want to be, even if it worked for you in the past, even if it was quite effective in the past, if it doesn't align, it's time to let it go. So we have this energy as well. We have Awaz and Awaz. So Awaz is companionship energy. This is energy that connects us in the terrestrial plane to celestial elements. This is about our spirit guides, our animal guides, totem animals, angels. And it has that kind of energy because while this represents the horse, The horse and man have such an intrinsic history of interconnectedness that this is why it is feeling like this is overall connection with guardian spirits. In whatever capacity you connect with them, they are going to be important right now. So spend a little extra time. Make sure that you are tuning in. And the reason for this is because Ehwaz is about the tree of life. This is about complete and full alignment from the things that anchor us deep into the earth and that allow us to access the wisdom and harmony that exists in a spiritual capacity. So you have guidance and companionship that is helping you set up this alignment so that you're creating for yourself foundations that are literally going to make your life easier. And the easier your life becomes, the more satisfaction you're going to find in every task at hand. Over here we have Sewelo and Hagalaz, and underneath them is Kenaz. Sewelo is the sun, so this is a very masculine energy, a very assertive, active energy. This is an understanding that you can't hide from your shadows, that there is it's a feeling that there is no need to hide from your shadows because your shadows are valuable insights into who you are and how you can function optimally. So Sewelo is actually very empowering. It is a call to action. It is a very masculine energy, and it is just asking you to blaze a trail. We had Hagalaz, and Hagalaz is our hail energy. So this is about a conflict where our emotions are stuck, but logically we are trying to rationalize the way we are feeling without actually embracing the feeling, without actually honoring our emotion body. So part of this active energy with Sewelo is to help melt the hail. It is to help melt it so that it's no longer caught in the tumultuousness of the wind, that you're actually able to step out of this conflict between your head and your heart and start making decisions that are based with flow, that are based with the movement of water rather than the stillness of ice. We had Kenaz sitting underneath both of them, and Kenaz is our torch energy, so this is about being able to light your path. And this, in connection to these two, is an indication that you are going to be able to know which steps to take, which direction to follow. You're very capable in that capacity, and it's a matter of trusting yourself. Because it's there, the powerhouse is there, the task that needs to be accomplished, the challenge that needs to be faced, you have the power within you to work on this and have meaningful changes as a result of it. The last two runes that we have are Gebo and Wunjo. So we have an understanding that there will be some sort of gifting through mutual exchange. So this is about, typically this is between others. This is a community sense. But in this reading, I'm really feeling like this is as you begin to unify the multiple components of yourself, your mental body, your emotion body, energetic body, physical body, as you start to align this, you're going to find that you actually have resources and skills within you that you did not realize until you started working with aligning. And in this alignment, you realize you're like, oh wow, I'm actually really good at this skill, this way of being, and it has benefit for these other things in my life that I like to do, that I need to do. It's really complementary in the sense that you are going to realize the wealth of internal resources that you have. It's almost a sense you're going to reclaim your power, that you've been disempowering yourself in a certain capacity, and Gabo is bringing it back together. It's helping you realize that you get to stand in your own power and you get to understand the gifts that you have, that you give to the world. And our final rune is Wunjo, and this is about joy and satisfaction. This is about a completeness of a cycle. So there is this whole process, despite the frustrations and the challenges, despite the resistance, the turmoil, anything like that that's going to come up, which we did have signatures of that there are going to be challenges in this situation. Wunjo is here letting you know that there is the end goal. The end result is going to be a huge amount of satisfaction and joy as this cycle comes to a close. So that is your reading for this second option. I hope you found it helpful. I am wishing you well, and I hope to see you at future readings. This is the third unicorn horn in the options. So let's go ahead and start the reading for this one. Well, at first glance, this one appears to be a very concise reading. So let's dig in and see what it's all about. We have 4 runes that are evident on the top. So the number 4 is going to be significance. The directions, the elements, any of those type of things that come in 4s are going to be helpful, is what I'm feeling. So the elements and like the cardinal directions or the offset directions, the sets of 4, those are the only 2 things coming to my mind right now. But sets of 4 are going to be important. What we have is nowadays, and this is about the lessons that we are meant to learn this lifetime. This is about the necessity that is set forth for us to go through these lessons and to grow. These are lessons that are predetermined from sources like the Norns, the weavers of fate. So there are events or lessons that we are meant to learn in this lifetime, and that's what this is talking about. We have Oruz. Oruz is about strength and determination. It is about steadfastness. So what I'm getting based off of these 2 alone as the start, the necessity is there, and Oruz is coming through and saying that you have the perseverance to move through these different life challenges, to learn these different lessons, and to embrace them and understand these challenging components as learning opportunities, and that these learning opportunities are the ground that give way to personal development and growth and evolution. We have Dagas, so this is about the day. And along with a sense of short cycles, it is a reminder of the effective points during cycles. So day does not come without night. Night does not come without day. During the day, we are typically active. This is an energy of movement. This is an energy of accomplishment. And night is typically an energy of resting and going within, of rejuvenating. So with day coming out, this is a reminder to give yourself the appropriate breaks, that the endurance will help you in the long run. And it is important that during these short cycles, you are resting, that you are self-reflecting, and in that capacity, that is where you are going to gain the wisdom that is going to inform your next steps for the journey. We also have manas, and this is about our unity, or unity consciousness. It's about humanity. And this is about this is really feeling like soul evolution. So part of what you're learning this lifetime is about the beauty and the wonder of being part of something greater than yourself. There is a real understanding that this type of beauty, the type of understanding of what happens when you work with others, the things that you can accomplish, there's a feeling that this may not have been prioritized. It's feeling like you were experiencing a position of, I can take care of myself, I'm independent, I'm self-sufficient, I don't need other people. And Manas is serving as a reminder that you do in fact need other people, that it enriches your life, and it is through working collaboratively and building relationships and partnerships that you are actually able to accomplish even more. So that's part of this necessity I was feeling. It just tied in with that quite a bit about there's a need to learn to work with others, a need to learn that acknowledging, yes, you are independent and sufficient, and you do have this endurance, and you're very capable. But that's only one piece of the scale. It's only one piece of the balancing, and it takes all parts in order to achieve balance. And balance, being in that center, is where the real magic happens. So that is our initial surface reading. Looks like we do have at least 2 that are sitting in the bottom of the pile, so let's take a look at those. Okay, so we actually have 3. Isa is our ice component, and based off of the feeling I was getting initially, Isa is coming up as an awareness of stubbornness, of yes, you can persevere and you can make something happen, you can muscle through it, and at the end of it say, this is what I've accomplished, and look, I've done it, but at what cost? So there's a sense that there's an imbalance of the sacrifice that you are giving. You're giving too much and not getting enough back by sitting on the outside balance of this endurance. It should be endurance to the end of achieving a balanced experience, and Isa is feeling like a reminder that when you swing it too far to the other side, this inability to be flexible and ask for help is detrimental. So we're keeping that in mind. We have Awaz, and this is about alignment. This is Yggdrasil. So this is about connection with all the realms, with all worlds, with all beings. This is a call to make sure that chakras are in alignment, that energy is open and flowing, that you are grounded in, that you are tapped into and respectful of spiritual components of yourself, that you are honoring all aspects of yourself. And the last rune that we have is Gebo. Gebo is our energy that talks about gifting through fair exchange. So this is about the benefits that people receive from each other when they work respectfully and collaboratively. That is the feeling. I just want to point out for this feel, I feel like some of you are visual, and this is going to make more sense. So with Dagas, we have Gebo embedded, and Dagas was about day, and remember we talked about the balancing of night and day and understanding the appropriate actions and the purposes of each of those ends of the cycle. Gebo also exists within Manas, and this is about that collaboration and cooperation. So Gebo in and of itself is, you see that it's interconnected. It works within other components of energy streams that we have around us. And it really calls into and reminds us that what we are giving and what we are receiving, that we should always aim to balance it for the mutual benefit of all parties involved. So that's it for this reading. It's just a reminder to honor and accept the strength and resilience that you have, and understanding that you are really going to evolve yourself and move to definitely a higher level of existence and a more enriching experience as you move through this process of understanding how to balance and how to work collaboratively and to learn how to receive help and assistance from others. So thank you for tuning into this reading. I hope you found it helpful, and I do look forward to seeing you at future readings. Thank you so much for tuning into this set of readings. I hope you guys found it helpful and engaging. I want to take this time to thank my guides and your guides. I want to thank the creatures who spent their life building the shells that we used as inspiration points for this reading, keeping in mind that everything in our life is a point of inspiration and we get to creatively engage with it. I want to thank all of us for engaging in imagination and a desire to reconnect with the magical realms, and thus why I brought in the concept of unicorn energy for this reading. And most of all, I want to thank the runes for the guidance that they provide. I am wishing you all well, and I hope to see you at future readings.